Let's try that again. Okay, welcome to the Cross BBO add-on indicator webinar here, or event. It shouldn't take us too long to go through this webinar here or event. It shouldn't take us too long to go through this a slew of new add-on indicators within Bookmap. This is one of them, and it's actually very simple, but quite nice here because you're able to look at one instrument and then look at the best bid and offer of another instrument on there as well. And I'll go through the use case scenario in just a minute. This is really good for looking at something like Multibook within Bookmap for crypto, and then seeing maybe price discrepancies in a Cross BBO in another exchange or another instrument, and then being able to take advantage of that. Just wanted to also mention this week, so tomorrow we're going to have another add-on indicator webinar. It will be on the price levels, new add-on within Bookmap, and then on Thursday we'll have another one as well, which will be on the break-even point indicator. Some nice features in that, and then on Friday it's going to be a pro trader webinar at 2 p.m. All of these are at 2 p.m. East Coast time with Doug Plus on option strategies. Okay, so anyway, let's go through some disclosures here quickly. Whoops, hold on a minute. Where is it? I know I got it. Here it is. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. The risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so let me show you where you can find out more information about this indicator to begin with. All right, first let's go to bookmap.com, and here on our website, let's just go to the pricing section. Click there and go over the monthly options here, and we're going to scroll down and we can see the digital free version, digital plus, which is for digital currencies, global, and global plus, which connect to all different markets. And then what's the difference between global and global plus is an add-on indicator package. Now this add-on indicator here, Cross BBO, as you can see, it is available for all three paid versions of Bookmap. And what this indicator allows you to do, so what you'll need to do to get it, you will have to add it though. It is new. So click on the More button. Go to the Bookmap knowledge base. Okay, we go to the knowledge base here. We're going to go to the add-ons section here. Click on that, and then in here, all the Bookmap add-ons are listed in the left margin here. Click on Cross BBO. Okay, this will explain what it is. It's very simple. It just shows the best bid and offer of another instrument on your chart. And then how to configure it here. This is very, very simple as well. In fact, this should only take a couple minutes, but then I'll go over the use case scenarios in here. And then how to add it in here. And then, yeah, you can play around with the different colors, etc. In here. All right, so not much to cover here, very thin, but let's just go through this because we're going to have a maybe some unique events in the near future where I think you might find this Cross BBO extremely useful. All right, so what are we looking at here? Well, let's just scroll ahead here. We're looking at Coinbase, Coinbase Pro. We're looking at Bitcoin USD. So let's go over to actually Bitcoin USD here. In our Bookmap data, BMD, Bookmap data, we are the data provider in this case, and it's for this this instrument. It is a synthetic instrument that we put together for the Multibook product. If you guys haven't heard about this, I can show you where the webinar is for it, but this is a really nice add-on within Bookmap. it is able here. I can show you where there's one here on the cross. Let me show you again the add-ons in here. There is Multibook Customizer here, and it talks about Multibook in here. However, the one that we're going to be looking at here is not the customizer, but it is a Multibook product. And what we're looking at in here is 5 different exchanges for Bitcoin. In the upper left-hand corner, it's showing Bitcoin USD for Bitstamp, Bitfinex, Coinbase Pro, FTX, and Kraken. So these 5 different exchanges for this one instrument. All right, so that's what the Multibook is showing you to get more objectivity. Okay, there's going to be cryptocurrency markets are a bit unique in the sense that there are multiple exchanges. Each broker basically is an exchange in essence. So you're going to get different prices. You're going to get different price levels. Now they're all going to correlate pretty close, but you will see some discrepancies. And what we're going to look at here, and we're going to zoom in a little bit, and you can look at multiple BBOs here. All right, so let's click on the add-ons configurations for Cross BBO here, and you can see what I've done in here. I've chosen the Bitcoin USD for Coinbase Pro, and that's what we're looking at here with these colors here. All right, so if I take that off, you're just going to see best bid and offer here for the Multibook product. All right, and let's look again at the one for Coinbase Pro. It is very close to it. It's just loading here, but it is not the same. You're going to see some discrepancies in here. Okay, not much. It is very close, but you can see some discrepancies in here with best bid and offer. Okay, so this way, when you are looking at the instrument, you can utilize Bookmap's cross trading instrument product, so you can trade from Multibook, okay, but have those trades routed over to your Coinbase Pro. Okay, here's Coinbase Pro and Bitcoin. All right, so that's a great way to utilize this to have the this ability here. Now we've had this functionality, the cross instruments trading, for quite a while, and let's go over that scenario for you guys. That just to go over that first, so you'll get a better understanding of the Cross BBO. Cross BBO is just showing the best bid and offer from the other instrument. But let's go back here. Let's go to the ES here, and we'll go over. Let's get rid of the candlesticks. We'll go over, and let's get rid of the. Whoops. Sorry guys. There's what I wanted. All right, there we go. Okay, so here we're looking at the ES, which is the S&P E-mini futures product. Okay, I also have the MES here. Okay, so let's click on that. Let's take a look. All right, so it is this is the micro contract. It's not the mini contract. It's the E-micro, not the E-mini. And there can also be price discrepancies in here every now and then. So now a lot of us, the liquidity in here for the micro contract is a lot of times very kind of strange or hard to read because this is going to be heavily hedged and a lot of black box trading in here. Arbitraged, etc., because it's a micro contract. So high liquidity that's outside of the areas, it's not so bad actually, but you're going to see it's hard to trade from this chart. All right, that's the point. When we boil it all down to it, it's hard to get maybe insights from this compared to the ES. Okay, so here looking at the ES, yeah, we can see, well, high liquidity staying in the order book in some of these areas in here, and this gives us a little bit more insight to what's going on. Okay, now let's open up the trade control panel here, and let's turn it on, and then let's take a look at this cross instruments trading. So we can click on the more, or I'm sorry, this. If you don't see these two buttons up here, this is how you get them. You click right click in here somewhere, and then you can look at your panels in here. In fact, let's just hide this panel here, and then we'll right click in here and we'll add a panel. So we want to add here, and you can see I've got them all showing except for the cross instruments trading panel. So I'll select that, and here it is here. Okay, now right now it says none. So let's click on it. Okay, so hold on a minute here. Oh, I have to turn it on. Okay, first let's turn it on. Okay, on either to trading from the DOM or the chart or both. And then let's click on this now. Should show up. Oh no, I got to select volume. Why isn't it showing up? MES start. Okay, well that's interesting. Okay, let's just try it with the NQ then. Okay, rhythmic, CME, and we're going to look at the NQ micro contract here. Okay, and then now let's go back to the NQ trade control panel. Let's turn on both and select here. I should be able to select it. Trading from the chart. Okay, hold on just a minute. I'm doing something wrong. I'm sure of that. Okay, let me go back to maybe you guys in the special events room here. Oh, okay, Rob, you tried the price levels indicator this morning. Okay, yeah, we'll cover that tomorrow. This should show up, and I'm not sure why it is not. I've got the instrument. This can also work for spread trades as well. You can see here the okay, Chris, you just tried it a few seconds ago. It's not showing up on your side, only on the chart. In fact, I don't even think you have to have these open. Let's just maybe that's what it is. Let's just try closing it. Let's going back to it here. That's very odd. Target instrument, should be able to select it. Okay. Brackets, none of that's going to matter. Yeah, well, anyway, it should show up in here, and you should be able to select it. It's related to the NQ. It knows that it's looking for the micro in here. Okay, okay, T46. You have to have the micro, the mini and micro subscribed to. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. Let's see if we can go the opposite way, huh? Yeah, it's still showing up as none. I don't know why. Good till cancel. All of this is good. Everything is good in here. And got to turn it on. I know that. In rounding to or away, select 1, 2. Sorry guys. Well, anyway, the concept here is very simple. Once you select the micro in here, the target instrument, and you start, then you can trade from this chart here and route those trades to the micro contract chart. Okay, this is a great feature because the liquidity between these two can be very different here, as you can see. Therefore you can take advantage of the micro or the E-mini contract and the liquidity and the traded volume in there, compared to the thinner instrument in here that's not going to be quite as accurate. Well, I shouldn't say accurate, it's just not going to be quite the same. It's just thinner. Well, not even thinner is the correct word. It's just it just trades differently. Then in here, now you can you should be able to select it. Once you click start, you'll be warned that this is what you're doing. You're trading from this chart, but not getting filled in here. You're getting filled on the micro contract. All right. So anyway, that's the functionality through the trade control panel. But let's just get back to the best bid and offer in here. What this is showing in here is the best bid and offer of the other instrument. Okay, in this one here, it is not showing that in the cross trading. It is only showing the best bid and offer of the E-mini. So we can even put it in here. We can come in here, Cross BBO, and we can look at where is the micro contract in here. So it's not even recognizing it. This is the issue. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. All right, and then let's just select yellow and then blue here just for kicks. All right, so now you can see it in here, and you can see that this is going to be very, very close to it, right? You can see it's almost identical. So you don't see any price discrepancies. Now this is going to be a pretty tight market with the ES, but let's suppose you're looking at micro crude versus E-mini crude. So that's where you're going to see maybe some distinctions, or gold. Therefore you're going to see even a heightened edge in here to be able to see that discrepancy and then take the trade, okay, from your E-mini over to the micro. And that's what the Cross BBO is all about. Okay, so it works for the E-minis. This will work great for, especially, we really like it with this product here, a Multibook product, looking at 5 different exchanges in here. However, looking at just the Coinbase Pro version. Now you can look at the nano contract in here, or the regular contract in here in Coinbase Pro, and then you'll be able to use that trading functionality in here with the cross instruments trading as well, to trade over into that Coinbase Pro account. Okay, so this is a great feature in here to be able to do that. That's instead of fumbling with 2 different charts and going over it time and again. Anyway, that's what this indicator does. Very, very simple. We can just leave it at that. You've got once you load your instruments, you have to load them to be able to see them, and then you select it in here. Now you can also just select last trade, for example. All right, and change the color in here, but you can see the last trade. Obviously it's not going to be, it's whatever trades on the best bid and offer, going back and forth in here. Now why is this different? You're not seeing the transactions in Multibook in here because we're not looking at the same instrument. Okay, these transactions are taking place over here in this instrument. right? And that's why. See all of this all this transaction back and forth in here, all right? So and you don't see it here in Multibook. All right. So anyway, these are some of the price discrepancies that yeah, be able to use this feature to be able to trade into other instruments, related instruments. All right. So let me see if there's any questions in here. And sorry about the functionality on that. Not sure why I cannot get it to work. I know this is user error. I haven't used it in a while, but Chris is saying that it is working. He's been using it for quite a while. All right, so yeah, not sure what it is. Anyway, guys, let's we can leave it at that. We can look at some use case scenarios in here and try to understand what's going on. So here we are looking at. Let's go back again and look at Bitcoin in the Multibook product. Okay, we just traded up into high liquidity up into here, and we're looking at the last trade on the Coinbase Pro. Yeah, this Pro K. This is a great add-on for the crypto, no question. Now again, this is just visualization. You want to utilize this with the cross trading. All right, it's a really nice feature. I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong in here to be able to see it. But anyway, again, you'll be able to trade from here, but route those trades over and take a look here. Yeah, some of you guys have Coinbase. Okay. Yeah, well, you can see that like at sub-second levels, these are pretty. I mean, this is one of the exchanges is looking at is Coinbase Pro, so it's pretty spot on here, right? But again, you're going to be taking the trade from getting the insight via the Multibook here. That's the big difference here, right? So let's take a quick look at if there is any sort of discrepancies between the two. I can pop this into another window here. We can go back and forth. Okay, big transaction there, sell side in Multibook. Okay, and now here it is in Coinbase. See how Coinbase Pro, this liquidity up here didn't really trade or transact. Where if we go back to Multibook, yeah, it got pulled as well. And these are tracking very, very closely. Yeah, but see how the data is kind of limited in here in the Coinbase Pro, and this algo in here is there's a couple of them. They're dominating on the offer, on the bid, and it really makes it a lot harder to read in here. And you can see what I'm talking about here. Like this orange line in here is the same player, pulling, adding, pulling, adding, pulling, adding, etc. And then there's someone down underneath here as well. Doing the same thing in the yellow, okay, with a little less liquidity, and here they are in the current market here too. Yeah, it could be the same player, likely it is, but you can see some differences in the way the algos are performing, a little bit staggered. All right, so anyway, so that's where this one will be more helpful. Looking at the Multibook product here in Bookmap, now you can see all the different 5 different exchanges in here and start to understand some distinctions. Okay, not just those 2 algos really dominating the market making. Anyway, guys, just wanted to cover that. I think that's enough. That should go through the process for you guys. Be in tune though for this. We'll cover more on it soon, because we're going to have an event here soon regarding this. So keep your ears open. It should be a lot of fun. And I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, if you have any other questions, you can always reach out to Bookmap, support at bookmap.com. Tomorrow we'll go over the price levels, and then on Thursday we'll go over the break-even point, and then Friday we have Doug's event. These are all at 2 p.m. All this week. So we're going to continue to do these. They've been working out great. People are very, very happy to see these. We've gone over the heat map, we've gone over volume dots, and we've gone over the also candlesticks. Again, today we went over candlesticks part 1 and 2 in our education. Hope you guys got something out of that. We may do a lot more education on that instead, okay, considering that. All right, so thanks for coming, everybody, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. J Trader in the morning. Rain actually for crypto at 8:30 East Coast. Then we have the advanced webinar with J Trader, and then at 2 p.m. We'll have the price levels. Okay, that's been highly requested, so we'll go over that tomorrow. Thanks for coming, and we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Okay, take care.